guys, welcome back. I hope you're having a really good day. You joined me for another declutter video, and today we're going to be taking on jewellery, which I think for many of us can be quite a difficult area to declutter, because for jewellery many of us will have been gifted items from family and friends, and will have some sentimental items in our jewellery collection, which can make it far more difficult to let go of some pieces that maybe we're not utilising anymore. Many minimalists or people that are trying to become more minimal will tell you that if the item does not serve a purpose in your life anymore, you should not hang on to it, and I am going to go against that today. I am trying to be more minimal in just about every aspect of my life, but I see absolutely no issue with having a small selection of sentimental and gifted pieces of jewellery that you either keep in your main jewellery collection or you put somewhere else. Maybe you put it away and only access it when you need to. I don't think there's any issue with that. If you want to keep a small selection of sentimental pieces, then that is absolutely fine, and that is what I'm going to be doing today. I'm not going to be keeping those items in my main jewellery collection because I would like that to be quite organised, very minimal, but there are also pieces I am just not willing to let go of, and I think that's absolutely fine. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to start getting my jewellery out, so I've got it all laid out in front of me, and then we're going to look through it. So a person's jewellery collection can be very personal. For me, it's a mixture of bits and pieces that I've got from fashion stores over the years. There are a few gifted pieces and a few sentimental pieces, and quite honestly I've always been quite attached to jewellery because I don't have an awful lot of it, and a lot of the pieces I have are unique, so I feel like I almost wouldn't get a piece quite like that again, and then what if I needed that particular item to go with a particular outfit? I'm totally kidding myself, of course, because I rarely wear jewellery anyway. I wear the exact same necklace every single day, and I sometimes wear earrings. Today is not one of those days, and I wear the same watch every day, and that is literally it. So I'm going to get my jewellery out and show you what I mean. Okay, so here are the main necklaces that I own. As I said, I don't have loads. It might look like a lot for some people. For me, I would just say it's quite small compared to most people, but I am trying to be more minimal. So these are my necklaces, with the exception of a few that are kept in boxes, either because they are new, unopened, or sentimental, and I've wanted to keep them kind of protected. So I'm going to go through those separately. So my first piece of advice would be to start with the ones you know you can absolutely live without. So they're not sentimental in any way, you don't wear them, and they could just go. So for me, straight away, that includes this yellow one. It's just some cheap plastic beads. I probably bought this over 10 years ago, and I just won't wear it, so that can go. Similarly, from the same store, I think, is one with green beads. Even the cheap metal is starting to discolour and go a little bit nasty. I don't need to keep that in my life either. These two. So these were both free gifts. I kept them. They're just very simple. I don't know if this will be able to focus. Very simple, just little gems. I have a dark blue and a light blue one. I got them on holiday, but they were just free gifts. I didn't buy them, and I've kept them because, you know, they're dainty, they're cute, and I got them on holiday. But again, they're a cheap metal, they're starting to discolour, and I just think they've passed their prime, and I'm probably not going to wear them because they don't look very flattering if the chains are discolouring. So, in fact, I might detach the gems and keep the gems and use them for a craft project, but the necklaces can go. When you get to a point where you start to struggle and you're sort of thinking there are items you're unsure about, they're the ones you want to leave till the very end. So have your definite they're gonna goes, and then start thinking about the ones you're definitely going to keep, whether that's you're going to keep because you wear it or you're going to keep for a sentimental. For me, going to keep because you wear it is this one that I'm wearing, that I wear all the time. And there are a few others that I'm going to pull out, and I'll explain whether that's a sentimental or a gift or whatever it is. So for me, the first one I am going to keep is this one. It's just a blue flower. I probably won't wear this, but I did buy it. It was ever so cheap. It was on a beachside store when I went to Hawaii. I absolutely adore this and I will be keeping it. I'm not going to be keeping it in my main jewellery collection. I will be putting this in a box with a few others that I'm going to keep, and that will be a sentimental item. The next one is this one. Oh, let me just make it stop. So this is one of those like friendship necklaces where you have half and someone else has half. My sister got us these and mine says little sis because I'm the younger one. Again, the chain's starting to go a bit nasty because, you know, it's old. We've had these for years, but I'm not willing to part with it. I probably won't wear it because mainly I don't think I'd want to lose it. Again, it means too much to me. Whether or not I could take the charm off and put it on another chain remains to be seen, so that I could wear it, but I do want to keep it for sentimental reasons, but it's not going to be in my main jewellery collection. Another one just spotted for the definitely can go is this. It's awful. It's a really dingy black choker with the letter C on it for Charlotte, and it has this purple bead attached. It was from Primark. It probably cost £1. This is why, you know, fast fashion and cheap stuff, just not good. This can go. The next thing that is looking at me is these are some artificial pearls, which I just broke. Okay. Oh God. Okay, well, I was going to say I'll keep them for fancy dress purposes. I bought them for a 20s fancy dress situation, but since they've just decided to give up on me, I think what I'm going to do is collect the pearls and I'll keep those for a craft project. I was going to say I'll put these in with my fancy dress, but I think that might have just changed. So I'll collect up the pearls, I'll use those for a craft project. There's now pearls everywhere. Okay, the next one jumping out of me that can go is this one. This has just got some little pink and yellow feathers on. Again, fast fashion store. Wasn't a gift, so nothing special. I would have just bought it because I like the colours at the time. Probably for a summer wardrobe. Don't need that. That can go. Likewise with this one. Again, it's just a very cheap chain with some little gems on, and it's got a butterfly charm on it. Again, fast fashion store. It can go. Right, narrowing it down. This one can go. So this is, for those of you that are familiar, a Deathly Hallows symbol from Harry Potter. I was very into Harry Potter growing up. I was sort of that person that knew everything about it to like a real nerdy extreme. That was me. If you had any question, I could probably answer it. And so people would buy me Harry Potter themed gifts. I can't actually remember who bought me this, so it's not something that I feel bad about letting go of, so that's gonna go. This is a just almost like a smoky grey black gemstone. This one I am going to keep, and I'm going to keep in my jewellery collection. It's not real silver, but it's the only necklace I am going to keep that is silver in colour. So I mostly wear gold jewellery. I prefer gold jewellery, but in case I ever need one that's sort of dainty and silver, this is going to be my one. So I'm going to pop this back in the drawer. The next one, which is a sentimental keep, is this one. This must be, oh, where are we? I would say easily 15 years old. I used to be obsessed with dolphins as a child, and my parents bought this for me when we went to Florida when I was younger. So not something I'm going to wear, but does have sentimental value. I mean, I've held on to it for over 15 years. So again, that one will go away somewhere. It's not going to stay in the jewellery collection, but I'm going to keep it. The next one that can go is this one. Focus. Fast fashion store, thought it was really cute at the time and barely got any wear out of it. So I don't need to keep it. That can also go. Running out. A couple of these, I think, I don't know about worldwide, but definitely many British teenagers probably had some of these chokers at some point in their lives. Like the white one, you can kind of see makeup all over it, which is a bit grim. So I think these can probably go. The next is this one. Again, it would be nice to keep one summer one, but I honestly don't think I'll wear it. It's really flimsy, it feels like it's going to snap, but it has got some really lovely buttons all over it. So again, I think I'll keep this one, take it apart and use it for a craft project because you can never get enough of some nice colourful beads. Right, how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go. So this one I'm not sure about. Again, it's a sentimental one. It was one I got on holiday. I'm not actually sure what it's made of, but as a child, and I'm talking sort of maybe 10 or 11, it meant enough for me to keep it. So I think I will hang on to it. Again, sentimental. And to be honest, even if you keep quite a few pieces of sentimental jewellery, it's not like it's going to take up a lot of space. I'm going to need one small box to put these in and find somewhere to put that. So I think we'll keep that one. This one here, this was a gift. Oh, if it stops moving. This one was a gift, I believe, from my mum, and I think it came with a matching set of earrings, but we're talking a long time ago. I don't think it was particularly expensive, and I honestly don't feel like she would mind if I passed it on and let it go, so this one's gonna go. Next one is this one. Is this a toucan? Maybe. This was also a gift from my mum a couple of years ago. It's got extreme summer vibes and I do really like this just because of the characteristic of it, so I think I'll keep this, but I'll put it away. It doesn't need to be in my main jewellery collection because I'm not going to reach for it often. It's the sort of thing I'm going to put on an outfit and think, oh, I really wish I had a bright necklace to add a bit of colour to this, and I'll remember that I've got this and I'll go and dig it out. So I'm going to put it away. It doesn't need to stay in my main collection, but I am going to keep it. This is just a strange, again, fast fashion store gold one, but it's also a pain. You have to like overlay it in certain ways and it always gets in a tangle. I just haven't got time. That can go. Now, these last two are the ones I'm struggling with the most because I do really like them both. And I do reach for them if I'm going to go out. I like the colours on them. I love that this one is just so simple. It's just a little wooden heart. I think for now I am going to keep both of these, so I'm going to put them back in the drawer. I'm also going to put in the drawer this one just so at the end when I show you my finalised jewellery collection you will be able to see what I have kept. So these are going back into the drawer. I think next we'll look at earrings. This should be very easy for me because I don't wear, as in I think I have a lot of earrings, but I don't wear many earrings. So let's have a look, we'll see what earrings I've got. Now my first rule with earrings is that I can no longer wear stud earrings. Any earrings I have to have now have to have one of these hooks. Have to have one of these hooks on because otherwise, I don't know what it is, but having something in front and something pressing behind on my earlobes just brings them out really puffy, really red. Someone suggested to me that maybe it was because I needed to wear actual gold in my ears, and I've tried that. I have got a couple of pairs of real gold earrings and still nothing, whereas if I wear a hook one, even if it's not real gold, it's still perfectly fine. So my first rule is any earrings that are stud earrings are going to go unless they are sentimental that I would just like to keep, even if I'm not going to wear them. So first of all, let's have a bit of a sort out here. There we go. So first of all, I'm going to take out all the studs because I'm not going to be keeping those. Is that all of them? Yes, so they can go. I'm going to keep these 2 pairs because these are ones that were gifted to me and they're a little bit sentimental. And this pair, these were actually my mum's. So these, I don't know, they could potentially be older than me. So there's 3 pairs I'm going to keep, none of which are going to be in my immediate collection, but sentimental, would like to keep. Right, let's get rid of a few obvious ones that can go. What was I thinking? No idea, really no idea. I mean, look at those, honestly. They are going. Likewise, bright red pom-poms. I probably bought them for Christmas. I'm not opposed to a Christmas earring. I also have penguins, which can go. They're definitely out. And I've also got, which I think I prefer, these little like Christmas bows, like what you'd put on the top of a present, but as an earring. So I think I'm going to keep the bows, but put them away because I'm only going to need them at Christmas. It's kind of like a Christmas jumper, I suppose, but for your ears. So they're going to go away, and the red pom-poms I think can go. So next, these I just think are hideous, and so I am not keeping those. They're just black and silver drop earrings. No. These again were a gift, just silver with a purple gem in it, not attached to those, so they can go. I have these, but you can see they've gone dingy. They're completely now bent. They've gone really dingy. They're bent out of shape because of the type of clasp it is. Don't need to keep those. The first one that's a definite are these. These are the ones I wear quite often. If I'm going to wear a pair of earrings, I pretty much go for these straight away. So these are a definite keep. These I bought because they were quite summery, but I can't see myself wearing these now, so they can go. These feather ones are going to be my one exception because I know I have a particular dress that I wear that I love to wear these with. So these I'm going to keep, but not on hand all the time. They can be put away because I'll only wear them occasionally. These are just little hoop earrings, but again they've got backs to them, so they're going to hurt my ears, so they can go. And these are plain silver again. No, I keep thinking, should I keep a silver pair so that something goes with my silver necklace? But none of my silver ones I really like and would want to keep, which makes me think there's no point. So I think they'll go as well. Right. These again were my mum's. I mean, they look really old-fashioned. But again, sentimental. And my gran had a pair very similar, so sentimental, going to keep, but they're so old I don't think I'd ever even dare to wear them, but keep those. Right, down to the last 3. These I quite like the style of, but they have gone dingy because again, fast fashion store, not real gold, and can sometimes have a bad reaction with your ears, so they're going to go. Then I've got these leaf ones, which I do quite enjoy. I think I'll keep them to put away just because they're sweet. So they're going to go away, and then I'm going to keep this pair out because these are just plain hoops. Again, they're not real gold. None of my earrings that I'm keeping are the ones that are the real gold ones, but it would be nice to have 2 pairs of earrings in my drawer, so I'm going to keep these. I quite like these as well. Oh, ow, I'm getting old. I am sitting on a little stool, which is kind of weird because this is low down. Okay, bracelets next. First of all, a set of really cheap, fast fashion bits and pieces. I don't need to keep those, they can go. this one's strange. It's kind of like a bit of gold, a bit of ropey, stringy stuff with some gems. No sentimental attachment to it. This can also go. So this is just a pink Ted Baker bangle, which at the time I really loved, but despite it being like designer and quite expensive when I bought it, it is starting to go dingy. And to be quite honest, as I've sort of not been wearing jewellery as much, bangles really annoy me because they clunk on everything. So I think this can go. This was a gift from my sister. I've never worn it, but I would like to keep it as a sentimental sort of thing. So that's gonna go. Likewise with this one, it's literally just like cheap string with some wooden beads on it, but my sister and I got matching ones when we went to a festival, and so I would also like to keep this. The next one, which is again a sentimental, I've not actually got any that I've kept. The next one is a sentimental, so this, just like that necklace, is a little wooden bracelet I got in Hawaii, which I would like to keep. And this, again, all of these things that I get on my travels. This is a little bracelet I've got with some little gems in it and barefoot prints on that I got in Alaska, which I'd also like to keep. These two I'm going to keep in my drawer. So these are by a company in London called Jewellery, and they do these bracelets. I think they also do them as necklaces, but they do these bracelets. They're just little beads with a charm on, and each one is for either a special occasion or a certain significance. So this one has got a Hawaiian flower on because I loved Hawaii, so that's one. This one has got a little anchor on, and this one was to symbolise staying strong, sort of in any times of trouble, so I quite like that one and I would like to keep that. So those are going back in. And this is everything else. So I've got my boxed items and then just a few other little bits and pieces. So we'll do the boxes at the end. So first of all, I have got this daffodil pin, which is a symbol to support one of the cancer charities we have here in the UK, so I am going to be keeping hold of that. And then also I have got from over the years a couple of different pieces that support the poppy appeal here in the UK. So I've got a paper poppy, which I actually buy a new one every year anyway, but I also have a couple of the poppy items which I will be also keeping. And on the back of here, I don't know if you can read that, let me get it a bit closer. There is just a little message. So I'm going to be keeping all my poppy bits and pieces, and I even have the pin to pin my poppy on. So I have those bits there. This is a little flower hair clip I bought again in Hawaii. I will be keeping that in a storage box somewhere. Right, I've then got a whole bunch of just little pins because I once went through a phase of pinning all of these to my dungarees because they looked colourful. I don't think I'm going to be all about that anymore, so they can go. I've got 2 rings because I'm not big on rings. I wear the same rings every day. I've got my engagement ring and my wedding ring. I've got this ring that I can barely get on and off, which my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, bought us for our first anniversary. We were both still in school, so we didn't have very much money, and he bought me this, and then he bought me this one Christmas. So all of those are sort of related to my husband. I've got one that is one of my mum's. It's really old, but I'm going to keep it for sentimental reasons. And this one I have had for nearly 13 years, and it was just a part of a gift, the only part I still have of a gift that was sent to me by my pen friend in France when we were in school in year 9. For those of us that were doing French GCSE, we were all given a pen friend, and I still speak to mine on Facebook, so we're still in touch, not often, sort of birthdays and things, we sort of get in touch, and I really want to keep hold of this. And then I have a 20s, as I've said, I dressed up for a 20s themed party. I have a 20s hair thing, which I'll put in with my fancy dress stuff, because I don't need to keep hold of that. And then, last but not least, the boxes. So this I know I'm going to keep. This is my Michael Kors bangle. It's going to be the only bangle I keep. I am actually going to take it out of the box and put it in the drawer though, so that's a keep. And some of these I honestly can't remember what's in them. Oh, okay, in here, this is not all jewellery. This is various bits and pieces I got in Alaska, so this should actually be in a memory box, not in with my jewellery, so that can go in a memory box. This next one is a Harry Potter necklace. Again, I told you I grew up on Harry Potter and my sister bought me this. It's not something I reached for, but it was a gift and I would like to keep hold of it. This is a necklace I don't really remember, so I'm going to let that one go. I will probably keep the little box afterwards when I tidy up, because you can never go wrong with a little jewellery box. What's in here? Oh, this is also not jewellery. It's a little brooch and some hair slides that I wore to someone's wedding, so actually they need to go somewhere else. That's not this department. This is, I'm going to have to take it out, I don't think you'll be able to see it. A really teeny tiny polar bear. It was also from Alaska, and this one was actually a gift from my dad. So this one I didn't buy myself, this was actually from him, and so I would like to keep that one. So I've managed to fit all the little extra bits and pieces that I want to keep into this small jewellery box. This was a gift from my father-in-law for my birthday last year, which I just haven't found anything to put into yet. So if I can keep all my sentimental and just bits I want to keep in a box this small, I think that is absolutely fine, and I'm sure I can find a home for this where it's not going to feel like it's too much clutter in a cupboard somewhere. And that is pretty much it. I am going to show you what my jewellery collection now looks like, and so you can compare from the shots at the beginning to what we have now. Just a reminder though, I am wearing 4 rings and a watch, so they also need to be included in this. So this is just a unit from IKEA, and before I had this drawer full with jewellery and then the top full with jewellery as well. But now this drawer is empty, which is brilliant. I always say I love an empty drawer. Like, you don't have to fill all your drawers. People feel like you have storage, you have to fill it. You do not have to. So I now have an empty drawer, so if I ever need the space, I've got the space, but I'm not going to go out of my way to find things to fill a drawer. And then these are the pieces that I have decided to keep. So this, I didn't mention, this is my old Michael Kors watch. I have kept it because it was quite expensive and I don't just want to get rid of it, but most of the time I wear my Fitbit, but I have kept that in case I ever want to go back to that. I kept the 2 bracelets with the Hawaiian flower and the anchor on, and my Michael Kors bangle. I've kept 4 necklaces, so these 2 kind of chunky ones. This is the one I wear every single day, and then that one I said just so I've got one that is silver in colour, and then these 2 pairs of earrings. And that is literally it. That is all I have kept for my jewellery. So that is everything for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what you are decluttering next in your house. How are you finding it? Also, let me know what your jewellery collection looks like. To you, is this still a lot or is this fairly minimal? Have you got no jewellery? Have you got loads of jewellery? Let me know what your situation is. As always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, as it really supports my channel. And as always, if you're not already following me on Instagram, I will pop that right here. Please go and check that out, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.